Hello world, Bettina Carey here, and I'm the founder and CEO of WeEmpowerYourLife.com and We Empower You, the community and the movement. And I'm here today at our regular scheduled weekly meeting. This is our strategic marketing meeting, but also our networking mixer. And I'm here today with nearly 20 people, I believe, that are signed in at this time. So I welcome one and all. If you'd like to be a part of this Zoom meeting, go to WeEmpowerYourLife.com, click on the calendar tab and join us. We'd love to have you. And be sure to click on, put your comments, your likes, your loves on our Facebook page. We love to hear from you, where your feedback is valuable, and we're excited to have you here with us. Now, the next person I'm going to bring up, there's a little story, little background story here, and that is that I met through A.M. Noel, one of the attendees that has come through the We Empower You community over the last several months. And he hooked me up with Nigel Henry. And I got on a call, and one of the first questions that Nigel asked me was whether or not I was an angel on earth, to which I replied, of course, yes. Why did he ask the question was the next question that I was thinking about. And if you, like me, believe that we are angels here on earth to do our life's work, our life's mission, our life's purpose, then you're going to really enjoy meeting Nigel here today. And here's his formal introduction. Master Nigel is typically working directly one-on-one behind the scenes with me, the chief, or the ambitious, highly gifted, extraordinary, out-of-the-box individual who has desires or intentions of being known as the number one or the greatest of the disruptor in my industry or profession, while I'm making massive beneficial changes in the world. That might be somebody like you, right? His specific service for which he is highly compensated is engaging me, his client, in a proprietary form of thinking methodology called activation conversation. This typically results in me experiencing sudden massive explosions in my mastery performance and in my capacity for sourcing and contributing insane amounts of value at ludicrous speeds. Master Nigel's activation conversations covers the full gamut of my world, including my life's calling, global impact, business performance, health relationships, and personal lifestyle. It is with great pleasure and honor that I have Nigel Henry join me here, front and center stage. Nigel, welcome to our membership. I'm going to have you unmute. I'm going to make you a co-host here, Nigel. And let's bring you on. Slowly but surely here. There you are, out and about. You're still muted, but there you are.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. And just
Yes.
as you're coming into this conversation, I wanted to explain to folks that I really found my way to the belief that I was here for a purpose when I was quite young. By the time I was a teenager, say 12 or 13, I started to wonder what life was really all about. It certainly couldn't have been about work specifically. It couldn't have been about what I do for a living or the role that I played, that in fact it had to do with something more. And so on this, we do agree that it is possible for us to have a gift, to be an angel here on earth, to do some really great work. So again, thank you so much for coming here today with us, Nigel.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, there you are. I'm going to spotlight you, so you're going to take over from here.
Oh, okay. So welcome everyone. I literally am still on the road, and I wanted to make sure I arrived. Let's see. What would I like to say? Well, I guess my intention is to introduce myself and to, yeah, I'm used to more interactive dialogue. So what would you like to ask me? That would be really helpful. Ask me a question and I'll be much more.
Nigel, you
Yes.
and I had that conversation about being an angel on earth, to which I replied yes. And
Yes.
you specifically have created and formed a network, a community of sorts where you're uniting people like myself. I joined your Financial Miracle Challenge last week, and I set a goal for a 20K week, and I achieved my goal on paper. And it was the best week that I've had to date ever in the history of my company. So that is really good news. And I owe it all to you. And you put some fire under me, but it was really around the languaging. The words that we use help us to win or lose. And on this, we agree. And you have this, you've determined or that there's what you call or term virus words. What are virus words?
Okay, straight into the deep end. Great question. Well, let me explain it by telling the story of how I got started. My background is software engineering. I was working on aircrafts, control system for airplanes, and then in the year 1995, I came to the United States, worked in the Bay Area, Silicon Valley Bay Area, and I was involved in the Y2K project. Does anyone remember the Y2K project?
I do.
Excellent. Well, during that project, I was responsible for fixing a bug that was going to shut down the world's computers, and the world was going to come to an end in year 2000, like it was supposed to come in 2020 as well. So my project was finished, and the company I worked for was so proud. They're like, wow, Nigel, how did you do that? We're so proud of you. In fact, we're so proud of you that we'd like to offer you a full-time position in the IT department as one of the directors. And just as I was about to accept it, I heard my inner voice say to me, well done, Nigel. You fixed the bug in the mechanical computer. Now go fix the bug in the human computers. I'm like, wow, what a concept. So I literally quit my job as a tech person and started helping people. But my approach was to look for a bug that was interfering with the human mind. So if someone wasn't functioning well, they weren't doing too good in life, I'm like, oh, that must be a software error, and there's a bug somewhere. And lo and behold, within 5 months of starting, from 2000 to 2000, somewhere in the middle of 2001, or 2000, halfway through, I actually found the bug. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh. Yes, and it turned out whenever human beings are malfunctioning, dysfunctioning, underperforming, they have the same, they exhibit the same symptoms. And it turns out that you can actually notice the bug in their language. And it turns out that the root of all the virus word, as I like to call it, is the word not. So that was the bug I discovered. And I found that every time I worked with someone, they were having a problem. Somewhere in their language was the word not. And then this word not behaves exactly like other viruses, like HIV and Corona. It interferes with the natural working of the human mind and creates other bugs, like the word don't, for example. And when people speak in that language, we call it a corrupted operating system. And they basically malfunction. And malfunction in the software translates to dysfunction in the human performance. So my work from 2000 to this day involves debugging humans. And I found out if you debug a human long enough, if you remove all that virus from their thinking, guess what you get? Yes, you guessed it, an angel. So therefore, a human is an infected angel, or you can get an angel by debugging humans. Okay, that's the summary of it. And the words that causes or transfers the bug, I put them on a list called the virus list. And I think I sent it to Angel Bettina. but it's available on my website, greatnessactivation.com/vamp. And if you go there and just type your name and email, it will send you the list of virus words for free. But basically, just by observing these words and removing them from my speech, my mind actually starts doing what it was designed to do, which is to manifest miracles in a short period of time, which is why I developed the Financial Miracle Challenge, because human beings are able to work miracles, or angels are able to work miracles, mainly because they have less bugs than the regular human. Does that make sense so far? Usually I'm more interactive with the audience. I'm not used to doing monologues, but yeah, Bettina's that
for me. And so, because I have had access to the list, and I even took the list, and when I wrote my copy introducing Lee, I tried to eliminate, of course, tried is one of those virus words, right? So what I've been discovering in my experience working with you is that I have language like if, but, try, got it, you know, not.
Yeah.
And when I talk in those virus types of words, the message gets diluted. And so that's why some people hear what I have to say when I'm talking in this other way. And then when I'm talking in, like with all of these, well, maybe someday in the future, when I get there, beep, 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 all of those are virus words. So this was a great, big, huge revelation to me. And I have to say, I didn't even know it was possible to set a goal of 20,000 in a week for myself, as I would have considered that a lofty goal. See, that's a beep. I'm beeping myself. And that is completely achievable. In fact, it's not even close to what I'm capable of. So my intention in having you talk to our group here, because we're setting the stage for an affiliation with you, we're setting the stage for launching the week of the 23rd, I believe, a financial
19th.
miracle challenge, right? The 19th through the 20, whatever that is.
To the 23rd, 19th to the 23rd, 5 days of
and then
miracle.
You're going to be on the radio with me tomorrow for about 20 minutes, diving a little bit deeper into this topic. And it's just amazing to me how that list, among many other strategies and techniques that I learned in just a week of working with you. So thank you so much for sharing with us the VAMP list, as you call it. And let's go over how folks are going to be able to jump into our intros, as well as our upcoming financial miracle challenge.
Well, everything, we have, you and I've scheduled some intros for Thursday, every Thursday, and I also have another set on Sundays so that people can attend both days. And the dates are on the my website, greatnessactivation.com/events. And at the event, you can either register directly into the Financial Miracle Challenge, or you can get access to the virus list, or you could schedule the intros to attend the intros on Thursdays and Sundays. So the best place to go is greatnessactivation.com/events. So that, now the way the events is the central starting place. As far as what to expect, the main thing I would say, I think is the main distinction I shared with Angel Bettina, which is this one thing: my voice is my moneymaker. I don't know. Would you like to say? Go ahead.
You said to me, say that 6 times in a row. So I'm going to say it 6 times in a row. My voice is my moneymaker. 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 And this is what we're talking about. Lee has been saying it also for a couple of years to me. my voice, my message, your voice, your message. This is what matters most in the world. How can we take your voice and make it a money maker? Now, you distinguish money differently than most people. So when you say your voice is your money maker, or my voice is my money maker, what do you mean by that?
Well, let me just get it straight to the point. Everyone on earth has a bank account or somewhere where their money arrives. And what I can say, whether it's Chase, Wells Fargo, whatever bank you're with, every dollar that arrived in that account got there because your voice put it there. Not your labor, not your system, but your voice. And most people are like, no, Nigel, I paint houses for a living. I get paid for what I do. And Nigel's here to say, no, you can do, if you paint houses and never say anything, you'll paint houses and have no money. But if you paint houses and say, hey, listen, I'd like $50 an hour to paint this house, that's when you get the money. And by the way, please wire it to my account. In other words, I must speak in order to get paid. I can work and still not be paid, but speaking is what moves the money into the account. Speaking moves money. Every organization in, the big corporations, they have lots of departments: operations, IT, marketing, accounting, legal. And there's only one actual department in any business that generates money. All the other ones spend money. And the only department in any organization that makes money, generates money, is sales. And guess what sales is? Talking. You got to talk to move money. So the voice is the money maker, and everybody seems to be blessed with one of these things. It's called a money maker. And most people know, and at least I haven't met anyone who's told everyone this thing, the hole in front of the face, is actually designed to make money. That's what it was for. It's the money maker. And so people think that they're just talking. I'm just talking. No. When I'm talking, I'm either moving money in my account or moving it away. And depending on how many virus words I'm using while I'm speaking will determine the speed at which the money gets to my account. And so most people have been distracted, or what's the word, where they were lied to basically and hidden that this thing is what makes money. This thing spends money. I'm just going to say it. The ears spend money, the voice makes money. Classic example is a student. I trust people have heard of students, right? And the related financial relationship between student is student debt. Has anyone heard of student debt? This thing is growing ridiculously in America. Definitely, probably also in the rest of the world. But the reason for this debt is because the student spends most of the time listening and very little time talking. And the people that actually makes money in the world are the person that's talking, i.e. the professor, the teacher, the speaker. And I just want to remind people who the richest Black woman is in the world. And I believe it's Oprah. And guess what she does for a living? She uses her money. Okay, my neighbors have suddenly got noisy. Okay, I'm just going to pause there and see what you think, Angel Bettina.
Yes, so you have I don't know if you want to call it a policy, but the encouragement is to interrupt, to disrupt. And so our society has taught us to listen. Our society has taught us to involve all of the yous in the world and to limit the I conversation. And this combination of the virus words, the not, if, when, getting to, all of these kinds of words that are really not They're living in the postponement of the change. They're living in the moment of the transformation, not the transformation itself. This to collectively moved me in a fast lightning speed forward to a place I knew I could go, but I hadn't gotten there yet. So thank you so much for your wisdom, your pearls of wisdom, your direction. I'm looking forward to us working collaboratively together.
I just wanted to add one little bit. The money is made by speaking. I think speaking is the highest paid profession on earth, and everything involves talking. The government is about talking. The houses of parliament is where they gather to talk. Parliament is French for speaking. And what they're usually speaking about is a budget and what we're going to do and how much money we're going to allocate. So speaking is the thing that governs the movement of money. And from childhood, many cultures, especially Western society, we're told to be quiet. Nigel, be quiet. You talk too much. And yet talking is how we make money. And so in my sessions that we're going to have in the intro, I just want to prepare people is that you will be talking. Unlike this call where you're listening to me, in my sessions, we call them activation sessions, and the audience is talking more than Nigel. So if you find yourself listening to Nigel, then you're probably losing money. But if Nigel's saying, what do you think? And just like I'm talking with Bettina, I'll be doing that on a massive scale in the group, then it's likely that we're going to have activation going on. So the magic is in the speaking. So anyone who's intending to attend one of the intros on Thursday and Sunday and any other engagement we're going to be interacting with, please be ready to talk and share your thoughts. It's in the speaking that we hear the virus words.
Yes, and here's the schedule. It's Monday, the 19th through the 23rd is the actual Financial Miracle Challenge. And then we have intros on Thursdays as well at, let's look at that, 10 a.m. I believe. And then we will also have you on the radio 2 weeks in a row at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Rainier Avenue Radio. So we'll have 2 half-hour sessions where we're going to dive a little bit deeper. Thank you so much, Nigel, for joining us. And it's time to switch gears here and do our introductions. Appreciate you being here.
I will. Thank you.
All right. So now switching gears once more, I'm going to put us all on the gallery view, and I'm going to have us one by one get introduced. I'm going to start with Troy. And Troy, give me the name of your website before you start.
yourdetoxdirectory.com, Y-O-U-R, detoxdirectory.com.
Okay, so while you're talking, forgot the R here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up your site. Welcome, welcome. It's so great to have you back as always. I love that we have such a strong membership here. So Troy, tell us a little bit about you, your business, what you're up to.
Okay. Yeah, so basically 2 main things. If you click, probably the easiest approach is to click on Detox Your Life. And so there's the financial element and then there's the health element. And of course, they're interrelated. You know, I have the expression, improve your health, improve your wealth, but it works the other way too. And so within the financial element, there of course is We Empower You, and all the things that We Empower You can do for you and us. And then the other piece of the financial element is Symmetry Financial Group, as you see in my background here, detoxifying our financial lives. So that could be accumulating money, that could be eliminating debt, or a combination thereof. Also planning for the unexpected. There are 3 pieces to a good financial plan, which would be insurance, savings, and investments. And people kind of want to go right towards the investment and bypass the insurance because they think nothing's going to happen to them. But our most important asset as Nigel was talking about, is ourselves. And so we need to protect ourselves first. And then related on the health side of things, down towards the bottom, if you're able to scroll down, that'd probably be the most effective, is the health piece of things. One more there, improve your health. And so specifically this particular product that there is highlighted here is called Daily Detox Plus, and that removes heavy metals and other toxins from our body. Most people would agree that we live in a toxic world through the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink, clothing, lotions, etc., etc. We're exposed to thousands of toxins. And this particular item, the Daily Detox Plus, is a liquid, tasteless. Take it a couple times a day. It can be more if you're in more of a crisis or you have some type of chronic inflammatory condition. And what it does is it combines with heavy metals and other toxins, remove those from our body, and then we have a healthier, cleaner body, which can then go to work healing itself. Or it can be done in combination with conventional Western medicine. And that's a quick summary of the things I have going on. Did I stop too soon? Oh, you're muted, Bettina.
Thank you so much. It's great to have you here again today, as always, Troy. And you got to hook me up here.
Oh.
I keep wanting to get on that product, and I keep forgetting to give you.
I'll make it a priority to call you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Right in the middle of your radio show.
Okay. There you go. All right, next up is Sally Page with Life Force Directory. Let me bring you onto the spotlight, Sally, before you get started, and I'll get your website up and I'll spotlight you. And there we go. lifeforcedirectory.com. And here we go. Sally, take it away.
Hello, my name is Sally Page, and I've been a medical intuitive for a little over 17 years now. I came to this from engineering and physics. I used to work at NASA, and through 2 near-death experiences, I found that Western medicine helps. It can help keep you alive, but it doesn't really heal. Healing is where you really go through a personal evolution, a growth of what is going on in your life that's making you sick, and addressing the issue and growing past that. It's part of your whole being. It's life choices. It's healing is a bigger thing than many people look at. So I was inspired, especially with COVID, to create Life Force Directory, because I want people to know that there are really powerful and extraordinary healing opportunities in this alternative healing scenario. People can really quickly move through things that are causing them what they perceive as a major illness. It can be coming from past life issues. It can be coming from childhood traumas that have been suppressed. Many things like that we hold in our bodies as unhealthy emotions or unhealthy patterns or energy imprints can keep us sick. And until we clear and heal and address these, we don't really heal fully. And as we do this healing, we grow in really amazing ways. The deeper you heal, you grow. So this is Life Force Directory, and I have awesome natural products on my site that are organic and non-GMO and help bring you into the optimal level of health and healing. So I would really invite people to explore this site and look at the events. I'm doing weekly events to help people learn about healing, the healing opportunities, supplements that can help them balance their body and stay in optimal health, boost their immune system. And I also do soul purpose work, because The ultimate healing is aligning with your soul purpose and really living that life that you're meant to live, living your dreams and being your most amazing self. So I invite you to connect with me, and thank you so much.
As always, great to have you here. And you're going to be taking advantage of Larry's offer to do
I am.
your 5-minute spotlight.
Yes, absolutely. I've already signed up for Nigel's offer also.
Yes. Next up, I have Laurie Segal. Laurie, are you able to unmute? There you go.
Here I am.
All right. Hold on.
I'm
Let
on my
me
iPad.
let me bring up your site and let me also spotlight you first. And I love what we've done with your site. Of course, I had a relationship with you before the We Empower You was created. So, all right, sharing my screen. Whoops, first I need to spotlight you. There we go. Well, welcome, Laurie.
Well, hello, Bettina.
All right, go for it.
Hello, everyone. I am Laurie Segal Whaley, and I'm also the samurai woman. I'm a third-generation Japanese American and a descendant of the samurai warrior. And I found this out through, actually, my relatives in Japan gave us a copy of our family crest. And then as I did further research, recovering from traumatic brain injury, found out that our crest was one of the 5 major crests of feudal Japan, of the samurai. So what I love to do is teach people about the samurai. That wasn't me.
Whoops.
About the samurai code of ethics.
Let's see. Let me try to mute somebody there.
And that's not the samurai speaking. Okay. All right. Sounds like it's gone. Anyway, what I love to do is teach about the samurai code of ethics. And I wrote a book as part of my therapy. It was my own personal goal to write a book. And it was published in 15 on Amazon. And then in 18, I signed a contract with Tuttle Publishing. And this is, it's kind of hard on my iPad. So I'll just cover my face. But in 2020, it was released right before COVID. So I'm working through that. It's different, and learning this virtual world is a challenge for me, but I'm doing it. And the samurai, you know, good ethics, I believe Lee said that good ethics never go out of style. And wouldn't you all agree that in this day and age that it's the relationships and the types of relationships we have with the other people that are going to carry us through, because we are in some different times, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's different, and we're learning how to adjust and be successful in the new platform. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also going to be a Humanities Washington. I don't know if all of you know it, Humanities Washington speaker, and I'll be going, if I would choose to do, throughout the state, sharing the message about the Code of Bushido, and that's through libraries, colleges, churches, any organization can hire me, and I'll talk to them about Bushido.
And your voice is your moneymaker.
Yes, my voice is my moneymaker, and that's why I joined Toastmasters. And I have an upcoming seminar with Roger Love. I'm going to be doing some more voice training. So, and then I'm going to be doing the coaching program. And next year, I plan to take my coaching group to Japan.
And I'll be there with you.
Okay. All you have to do is sign up. That'll be unveiled next year.
That's
but I am going to do a short course now. So
thank you so much, Laurie. It's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this is an example. If you go to lauriewhaley.com, you'll see a video that our team did for Laurie under a different arrangement than the current one that we have right here. But it's the quality of Larry's work can definitely be seen if you're looking for an example. Thank you so much. Let's see who else we have here that might have a website up. And I think, oh, Romeric is out of West Africa, Cote d'Ivoire. Are you able to join us, Romeric? I think it's after midnight there, if I'm not mistaken. Can you unmute? And there you go.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. It's almost midnight here. Yes, you're right. It's always a pleasure for me to join you. Sorry because I was unwell, but I'm okay now. I'm okay now. I'm trying to catch up for almost 10 days of inactivity. So I'm glad to be here. Great presentation from Nigel and Lee, because I was able to follow the end of the presentation of Lee. So I will just say hello today.
Okay.
And always a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm so glad you're over the malaria, because that's a big one. And you have so much to do for this world. I can't imagine life without you. So bless you, and
yeah,
all of this this time that you're going through this.
Sure. So stay in touch. Thank you. Take care, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much. Next up, Mia Tepper. Are you able to unmute? I didn't see if you were able to come on today or not. I know you were there earlier, Mia. Oh, Mia, you can come out anywhere. Oh, you got a message for me. Okay, there we go. Not now. Okay, not now. So Bev, let's hear from you today. Unmute. And let me spotlight you here real quick, just 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Oh, unmute. There you go.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Beverly Wiggins from Bill and Bev Comedy Duo. Joined up with Income Activator, and she set up my website. I need a little bit of editing since it is comedy. So comedy's hot. My husband and I are the writers for our comedy team. We're also the performers, and we're having a good time. We're both retired, and laughter is good for everyone. So we want to empower the world with laughter and comedy, and try to get a 5-minute spotlight and go viral. People need clean comedy. So that's where we're at. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bev. It's great to have you back as well.
Thank you.
Love that we have some returning folks here. And next up, I have Andre, and then followed by Tony after Andre.
Hi, I'm Andre Pearson.
Hang on.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to have you.
Nice to be here. Well, like I said, I'm Andre Pearson, and I am a relationship coach. I'm an author. I am a podcaster. I am a YouTuber. And on my channel on YouTube, I do tutorial videos about relationship issues, concerns, and problems. And basically what I do a lot in what I do from my books and videos and things of that nature, I help people communicate more effectively in the things that they do. Because the one thing that I've learned over the last 20 years is the bottom line is that when loving someone is one of the best feelings in the world, because when it's good, but when it's bad, it hurts. And at that time, we need somebody to talk to and actually understand what's going on, what we're doing, and not judge us at the same moment. So through the people that I talk through my one-on-one consultants and through my videos and through my books and things of that nature, I give people self-help and healing to help them communicate much better. I take an approach that I kind of help you throughout your relationship thoughts, rethink what you thought you knew about relationship problems from a different perspective. Because people always say, I don't need any help, but I can guarantee you it's your pride that is preventing you from getting the help because you're thinking that you're the only one to feel or are going through the things that you're going through, and you're not. That was one of the real reasons that I put everything I put together, because I knew that I was not the only one on the planet that has hurt or been hurt by someone that said that they love me. So I want to put myself out there, because if my story can help you, and the things that I talk about throughout the book or the videos can help you see yourself in the mirror and admit that, hey, I may have some issues, I may have some problems. Everybody say it's always them. Well, the same problem is happening to everybody that you talk to and get with. It may not be them, it may be you. And then you can talk to someone that can actually help you through these problems. So that's kind of what I do. On my website is Why Does Love Hurt So Good? And I do that a lot of things. So you can go to it at whydoeslovehurtsogood.net and check out all the things that I do, from books to videos and everything else on podcasts. And I'm telling you, I bet you money that when you take out the things that I do, I bet you're going to find yourself in some issues or problems that you didn't think you even had.
Thank you so much, Andre. It's great to have you back. And did you invite somebody today that made it to the meeting?
I asked her, she's on the East Coast with me, so I'm not really sure she's was able to get on. I didn't see her up on the box here, but I did tell her what was going on and let her get herself involved, because she's one of the young ladies who works on a nonprofit for battered women. And I wanted her to kind of come on, because again, these are issues that I as a male couldn't really talk about, because I'm not a battered woman, but she can talk more about it and the people can understand what's going on with her. But I would definitely bring her on, let her tell her story about what's going on.
5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
We are going to start the.
Okay. Tony, you're up next. And Tony, this is your first meeting. Unmute. Let me spotlight you just 1 second. Okay, go right ahead. I'm in that.
Hello, yes, my name is Tony Totolo. I met Lee Romanoff 5 or 6 years ago. I'm a physical assets investor, primarily multifamily, industrial, retail. I've got 40 years experience. So I'm just looking at different change of pace financially. I'm fairly well independently set, and just looking to make a different impact with my remaining time on Earth, and inspire people to achieve really what they want to achieve and reach for whatever successful benchmarks they wish to achieve. So the digital world fascinates me. I feel I've accomplished everything I want to accomplish in the real estate and assets world. So I'm looking at redirecting a lot of my energy these type of assets.
Yes.
Carnegie trained. So go ahead.
Oh, as Lee puts it, we're all in the business of being a doer or a promoter. But when you do the promoting of others, you can get rich by telling people where to go. I love that.
Yeah, I heard her message 5 years ago, and I mean, fortunately, I've done extremely well since then with a lot of my investments. But at some point in time, you don't want that, or at least for me, I don't want that road. I like the independent nature of being able to travel more and share experiences, and and meeting business people and entrepreneurs from around the world, and all sorts of ancillary type of individuals, whether it's spiritual growth or health and mental fitness, and just experiencing, because we all know the typical norm that we've been pounded into our head here in America, not necessarily the most healthy path to follow. And I got started, and fortunately I was able to get out of that. And you look at places like Sardinia and Japan and other countries where the longevity in their life really a direct reflection of how they live and what they take into their bodies, how they deal with stress, how they deal with life. And so there's a lot to learn, and it's not all from people with fancy degrees. people that have lived life and living lives that are a direct reflection of who they are and you know, how they enjoy what they're doing, and they enjoy the simple things that, you know, that make living. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, you're going to want to definitely check in with Sally and with Troy. And I know Troy left his information. He had a jet, but Sally, maybe pop your, oh, there it is, the Life Force directory. Nab those out of the chat there, Troy or Tony. Welcome, welcome. Okay,
Yeah.
moving
Thank
on
you so much.
to Patrick. And is Cosby still here? No. Okay, let's start with Patrick. Unmute. There you go.
Hi, good evening. Hi, I'm Patrick, and I'm sorry about last week. It was my computer that was muted. You know, I've been trying to do the best I can to make sure I can hear you very clear, but sorry about that. It was my mistakes, but I can hear you very clearly now.
Okay, good.
Yeah. By the way, I really enjoyed the We Empower You, and I hope it would do something for me and for my business. I really missed what you were talking about last week in regards to something, because I just didn't hear what you were saying. So I just wanted to ask you a question.
Yes.
About that meeting you had last week. You were talking something about the website or something like that. I just couldn't go. I just kept logging off and logging on. Well, what was it all about? If you can refresh.
Well, the meetings, what we do is we record them on Facebook Live and then also YouTube now. And so we'll have that meeting there for you. And let me just go back there and check to see what one we covered last week.
I don't mean, so if you, sorry to cut you, if you can send me some of the something what was covered next week to my email, that'd be great. Or
I'm going to grab it right now and pop it into the chat. That way you'll have it to watch, because I hate it when technology isn't working. But it was all about the media, and you know, that's the one thing that Lee and I keep harping about with everyone is, you know, get on the bigger stage. If your voice is your moneymaker, you need to get on the biggest stage you possibly can, and that is producing your own videos, your own TV content, radio, and major media outlets. So that was what last week's topic was all about. So
all I can say now is I'm very happy to be here tonight and to be part of the meeting. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay. Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
Have you? Okay, I put that in the chat now.
Do you have my email, by the way, before you?
I believe I have it from the last time, but go ahead and give it to me right now.
I can give it to you on the chat if it's okay.
Yeah, give it to me on the chat. There you go. Okay. And let's see here. We have Elvette and Angela. Let's let ladies go first. Angela, and then our last, we've got two more left. Angela, there you go. And who invited you, Angela? And welcome.
Thank you. Good evening to everyone. Well, it's evening on my side. I came in, well, I'm grateful for the information from Lee. Right. I've now started, I'm going from zero because I'm at zero right now. And I'm listening and I'm learning, you know, understanding now, beginning to understand how to move from zero there, because I've been doing all the time. So now where the emails, the cut and paste and copy and send, sorry, I will try that, you know, and see how things go and try my best to see how I can really make things, you know, being financially viable materializes. Yeah.
Yes. Let's move you from zero to hero, right?
Zero to hero, yes.
Zero to hero. All right. Thank you so much for joining us here today. This is your first meeting, Angela, right?
Yes, with this group, definitely, yes. First meeting.
Thank you. Elvette, are you able to unmute?
Greetings, how you doing this day, Bettina?
Thank you, I'm doing well. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the world here.
Greetings, everyone. How you doing? My name is Elved Haj. I'm with Rockman Communication, a small, low voltage installation company. Provides a service, install cameras and networks, that kind of stuff. Just another great afternoon to be here for all this information and enlightenment that's continue to be shared amongst everyone. And I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Thank you. And is there any one thing that you want to make sure everybody knows about you that you want to put in the chat?
I guess not right now off the top. I don't know of anything. I just kind of just glad to be able to be here. The days that I do miss, I think I missed a week ago. I kind of like missed that, but I don't like to miss. I like to try to be here for the information. But now I'm here most time. Anything, once I get my site functioning, because like I say, I'm kind of like on part. Actually, I had the strangest thing happen to me. This place that I go to get that I usually purchase computers and stuff from. They open, you go there. It's like once a month. And then during my during this pandemic, my computer crashed on me with all my info. And then when I decided to go get a computer, it's like everything is closed down and they don't open up till the end of this month, the last weekend of this month that's coming up. So I'm looking forward to going out there and recuperating and building me another nice computer that I can really rely on. And outside of that, I'm just glad to be a part of the group and be able to come in and obtain the valuable information that's being shared. I want to be able to practice like everyone is designing and bettering their website. So I guess once I get back into my site that I've been had for years and start doing some upgrade and rechanging some of the data and the information in there, I guess then I feel a little bit more comfortable. But for right now, I'm just kind of like soaking it all up and anticipating, the restart of the new me,
Yeah, the new you. I love it. And when you're ready, we can always show your website too. And
True. It's actually up, it's on the Income Activator site, but Rockman Communication at Income Activator. That's another thing too that I think, is that I got to go ahead and go to like the name silo and get me, or the GoDaddy and get me a name that it could be something short and not so long. Because I think about that when I have it on a couple of business cards. Rockman Communication, I think at incomeactivator.com. I think that's where it's at.
oh, okay. It probably isn't that. That's more like the email. Rockmancommunications.com isn't it? We'll have to.
No, not Rockman Communication. It's on the Income Activator. I didn't get a name for it as yet.
Oh,
with the Income Activator. So it was under the income. It's still there. It's under the Income Activator. But it's just that it's been like maybe about 2 years since I put some work in, some fresh data on there, because the business have changed so much since when I was doing it. And then back then it was like, like right now, everything was always on the website where you could go and watch the videos and the tutorials and learn how to do it. And that's how I was kind of doing it.
mhm.
But then since y'all started these like meetings on Wednesday, it's gotten more easier because, actually you actually go on the page and you do certain demonstrations. So certain things I kind of remember, and I've went back and played with a couple of them before my computer had crashed, but it crashed, and that's kind of like what got me stuck, that I don't really have something to my disposal. I have a tablet, but due to my age, I don't like the view on the tablet. It doesn't show like, it's like too much strain on my eyes. So I just say I want to wait till when I get a decent computer that I can operate on, sit down, be comfortable, and really focus on what it is I'm actually trying to do,
Well,
But
it's interesting when the universe disappears your data. There's the not so great news and the sort of like, oh no, and then there's the oh man, I don't know if anybody's looking, but I don't have all that excess noise in my life anymore. So I'm glad you were able to enjoy both sides of that equation.
True,
So
true.
let's go ahead and open up our mics. Mia's gonna have to hold off here this afternoon to introduce herself, but she's one of our more active members as well, and it's great to have you here. So I am going to say, Nigel, come back and join us. And this is where we get to interact. I know Sally, for sure, you know, it'd be great for you to hook up with folks. And Andre, you put your information. Laurie, I don't see your information, or Romerick or others, but just be sure to put your information in the chat, and then everyone be sure to save the chat, and that way you have everybody's contact info. Oh, by the way, I
can tell people.
I have a quick
Go
question.
ahead.
Everybody who thinks they're an angel, raise both hands. Hope I'm not alone. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Nigel, you see, we do have some angels in our group. What were you going to say, Andre?
One of the things that I did to keep from losing data, because when I was writing my book, I lost it 3 times.
Oh dear.
That's the computer crashed. So what I do now, and I pretty much tell a lot of people to do the same thing, if you have anything that's important that you work on, send it to yourself in an email. Just give it a number. This is number 1, number 2, whatever. Send it to an email. So no matter if the computer crashes, at least you have a starting point from where you last stopped it in your email.
Yes, yes. And just a point of order, Romerick also raised his hand. So I don't know if you were watching this, Nigel, but we got some angels here. And let's see, what else can we talk about before we wrap up today? We're ending a little bit early, it looks like. Anyone have any specific questions for me or about the meeting that we had earlier today?
Well, it's always nice to come on and meet new people. That's one good thing about it, because a lot of people are unable during this whole pandemic thing to reach out and talk to other people in person. And we've gotten to this new normal where we now can do Zoom things and things of that nature on the computer. We're getting comfortable with it, which is our new norm. And it's kind of cool because people accept it the way it is. So it makes it a little easier that way to not only get people involved in what you're doing, but make them aware of what you're doing. So it helps.
Nice. Thank you so much, Andre. And Patrick.
Well, all I can say is I'm happy to be here. I would like to really expand my business. You know, I hope we EmPOWER You can help me do so. And once again, you said something last week that I was pretty interested. I'm sorry I missed it. So that's it.
Yes, and watch that video. I popped it in the link there, and then I just emailed it to you as well. It was a very important session. And in fact, one of the comments that Lee made that struck me, I wrote down, I hadn't said it yet, but you know, a lot of times when people are afraid, when I am afraid, see, Nigel, I just corrected myself. When I am afraid to call on the media, when I am afraid to get my message out there, to get on a bigger platform, what I'm afraid of is fear of failure, that false evidence appearing real that we call failure. What Lee said is, if you live into that, besides it being a postponement of transformation, you've already failed. And so that's just ringing in my ear over and over since last week.
You know what, in my opinion, right? I really think that what we need to practice to do is to be bold and to be brave, right? You know, not just that, also to show love to yourself and show love to others, you know, because when you show love to yourself, right, you can do a lot of things, better things for yourself as you could do for others, you know, and that way I believe that, you know, that we all can reach that success that we all want, you know. Don't let fear dominate you from doing certain things. And
yes.
There's a lot
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys. It's just pretty interesting.
Yeah. The second thing that I wanted to make mention of is that we're just over a year of founding this membership, this movement, and this solution, creating this with Lee and myself and all of the members and all of the team members as well. And what's really, really great about this is that we've already gone from the idea to the proof of concept. So last month I was able to bill, you know, about $10,000 in residual income for the first month of this whole concept, proving it that it does work. And so every month from here on out, I can bill residual income. And so every month you delay, not you know, basically enrolling new members, you're just delaying that residual income. So, you know, that video of the guy on the camel, which Lee showed either last week or the week before, I think it was the week before, where he talks about being the change, or you are in the postponement of change. Find your way. And I did through Nigel. Nigel was an instrumental part of seeing that video, listening to Lee for one last time about, you know, get on with the media, and then having Nigel help with some major transformations in my core being last week. So, and this is duplicatable. So whatever we're teaching you, you can go out and teach others and everybody wins. So there's nobody who can stand by on the sidelines and go like, oh, I wish I could do what they're doing. No, we're making this very public. We're teaching anybody and everybody who wants to know what we're doing. And we welcome your participation. All right, I see all the mics are still closed besides Andre and Patrick. Anybody else have anything? Romeric out of Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. Oh, and there's Nigel. Angela.
Yeah, I'd like to ask, it was said that we could ask for your assistance in building your website and you know, duplicating what you all are doing. So what's your email, your contact information?
Yes, mine is really easy. It's askbettina@gmail.com, and I'll type that in the chat. Like you're asking a question, askbettina@gmail.com for those out there watching on Facebook. And Nigel, this is your first meeting as well.
Yes, well, thank you for meeting all these great people. Just to piggyback, actually, my phone is still
I think you have to hang up the phone. There we go.
1 second there, let me disconnect my tech. Yeah, I think, there we go, get rid of Zoom. I think we got it. Oh, yes. I think as I'm listening for my first time, what I'm hearing is the entrepreneurial spirit. And as far as I'm concerned, the angel is here to make a difference on the planet. And their number one instrument, I don't know if you've ever noticed, every time you see a picture of an angel, there's a trumpet coming out of their mouth, right? And they're here to announce good news. And their voice shines light. And when an angel speaks, people become enlightened and they see the way. So I think it was Sally or the people who were sharing, they're basically bringing good news. You can heal. I think, is it Andre was talking about there's a way through relationships. It's like all good news. Like if you really look at it, all the angels on this call are shining a light for possibility of heaven on earth. And the only thing that prevents us from accomplishing our intention is if our voice is silent. Nobody knows about us. And so I'm echoing Angel Bettina's main point. Platform, you got to stand high up to be seen. And what was the other thing? The illusion of fear. Okay, I'd like to give an early gift. May I give one? Okay. So in my work, to work with my people's angels, I have to talk to the manufacturer while I'm looking at the person. So I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at Andre right now, right? I'm like, okay, God, is this one of yours? And he's like, yeah, of course he is. Now, can you tell me? You can tell my people. They're smiling and they have good news. So I said, okay, well, I'm just using this as an example. He keeps on saying this fear thing. All your people are saying the word fear.
did you install that software? And this is the answer I got. Yes, I did. What? Yes, I did. I installed it, but there's a little error. They've been calling it by the wrong name. So the thing that we're calling fear is a misnomer of God's #1 gift to the angels. Okay, so this is my gift. Like, you're gonna like this. So, okay, may I work with Andre for a minute? Yeah, because he speaks, right? This guy was talking. So Andre, just repeat after me. Ready?
Okay.
The phenomenon previously known as fear.
Phenomenon previously known as fear.
Is now called turbo.
Is now called turbo.
Just repeat that a couple of times.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, it's something that you mentioned about fear.
Just before you, this is not
just again.
Just repeat it verbatim for 2 or 3 times.
Oh, I'm a little tongue-tied on that one. I'm a little tongue-tied on that.
Here we go. The phenomenon previously known as fear.
The phenomenon previously known as fear.
Is now called turbo.
Is now called turbo.
And then we just repeat it again. The phenomenon.
You have to keep saying it because I'll forget it.
Yeah, it's okay. Just I'll lead you. The phenomenon previously known as fear.
The phenomenon previously known as fear.
Is now called turbo. Turbo. T-U-R-B-O.
Is now called turbo.
Yes. So what that means is, you know that thing you've been calling fear, it's the wrong name. It's like me calling you John. Your name is Andre. This thing is not called fear, it's called turbo. So you're walking down the street and an animal jumps out at you. What are you feeling immediately, Andre? An animal.
I'm always happy.
Really? If a lion tried to eat you, you would feel some happiness, or would you feel fear?
Yeah, I have to stay calm. I have to stay calm and think about the solution to the problem.
That's not how humans behave, I assure you. You're walking down the street and a bad Doberman Chinchilla jumps up at you, your body goes into automatic fear response. And it goes like that. Deep, eyes open, deep breath in. And there's 3 responses that you're programmed to do: fight, flight, or freeze. Does that familiar, right? That's what humans, the body does that on autopilot. And so I presented this to the creator and I said, look, what is this? And I thought, Nigel, that is turbo. So what is turbo? You're an engineer, Nigel. What is turbo? Oh, you've seen turbo on the back of high performance cars. Porsche 911 turbo, Range Rover supercharged, Mercedes, G-Wagon, any car that goes is turbo assisted, okay? It means, the word turbo means a surge of power. If your car has turbo, you're driving 90 miles an hour on the freeway and you want to overtake that Porsche that's doing 120, you kick in the turbo and it just goes from 90 to 120 in about 3 seconds because it has a surge of power. But it turns out the good Lord, in his or her divine wisdom, installed turbo in the human body, which allows you to perform miracles. So the phenomenon we've been calling fear is actually a turbo-assisted device for high performance. Look at that. Anyway, that was my gift there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, you know, a lot of times I look at situations such as these things here, and a lot of people are fearful to be on camera or fearful to talk out at a public speaking and things like that. And I've learned myself, being in the different sales bracket over the years, how I look at an approach is very simple. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm presenting to you some questions and solutions. So whatever it is I'm saying and putting out there in the world, I'm confident about it. I feel good about it. People can hear it when I talk to them about it. So they don't walk away feeling as if they've been sold. They walk away feeling that they got a good deal. That's one of the things that I learned, that nobody wants to be sold anything. They want to feel that they got a good deal.
Yes.
Did you get a good deal on the turbocharge? I did.
Of course. Of course. Again, anything that's helpful to people to share. And I can tell by his voice, his tone, is that he actually believes in what's going on. He feels it. If he can feel it, someone else will feel it. And that's the whole key thing. You're not selling products or services. You're selling understanding. If they understand what it is that you're doing and how it applies to what they want to do in their life, then whatever it is that you're putting out there will be accepted with no fight, fuss, or anything.
And Tess wanted to say something. Is it T-U-S-S?
That's me, yeah. How do you spell that word turbo?
Ah,
I want to look it up.
Beautiful question. Oh, can you put him on thingy?
I'll put him on the spotlight.
Yes, I could see he's got a better smile than I do.
How do you spell turbo?
Now, so may I just demonstrate something?
Okay, go ahead.
This is a micro, okay? Now, I know you're asking me, how do I spell turbo, right?
Yes.
And
so get a clear understanding what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly why. You want to get a clear understanding. And if I do that to you, right? If I give you the answer, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to downgrade you. Now I'm going to reverse it, okay? Is it okay? I'm just doing an experiment to demonstrate a miracle right here on the spot. I had a word with your manufacturer just before you spoke. And your manufacturer communicated to me that this guy knows everything. He's one of us. And so his job is not to get information, but to give information. So I'd like you to give me your answer for your spelling of turbo. Go ahead.
Well,
just spell
it'd be kind of silly for me to say turbo.
Yeah, no.
You know, because no, look at this. You got if I'm listening to somebody communicating, right? You have to have a clear understanding of what the person say. Because I remember my father used to tell me this too. No, wait, I remember my father used to tell me this too, right? You know, do you know what this word means? And I used to
I'm saying you do know it already. I'm trusting you. I'm saying this is a wise teacher right here. And I believe he knows the answer. And I want to hear whatever he has to say. Just to give me your answer. Go. I think, just say, I think, and then give me anything that comes out your mouth. Yes.
I think I don't know. That's all I can say.
Well, give me the wrong answer.
Because I have to know the definition, clear definition.
I know that you think
that. How do you spell it? And let me look it up.
I understand what you're doing, but I'm just trying to show you that if you were willing to give me the wrong answer, you would make some money on this call. Wrong answer now. I want the wrong answer.
I'm giving you no answer because I
know.
I want a clear answer.
I know exactly my point. If you were willing to give the wrong answer, you would make some money. But if you want me to give you a definition and understanding, then you have to pay me. See, now you're losing money because you're receiving data. If you
okay. Turbo. I think turbo is be successful in your business.
Now we're talking English. Now, see?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Just give it again because I was too excited. I missed it.
Okay. I believe turbo is
excellent.
Being successful in your business.
That's what can I say? You're the kind of guy that when we were in junior school in grade 1, right? The teacher would say, "What is turbo?" And you'd put up your hand and go, "I know."
Yeah, I remember.
And then you would give an answer like you just did. Okay. And I would say, that's a beautiful answer. I've never heard that one before, but I love it. And someone else would say, that's not the right answer. And that would shut down your voice because you thought you didn't know. And I say, you do know, that is your first attempt at it.
There's something I want to say. I remember when I was joining the cadet back in the 80s, right? You know, they were testing me. They wanted to make sure that if I was eligible to get into the Army and to join the cadet. But when they were testing me, right, they were asking me all these questions on the application. You know, what's this word?
Yes.
For example, hernia. What's hernia?
Yes.
I gave them the wrong answer and everyone laughed at me. Some people thought I was weird. So I had to be very careful.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So what I recommend how do you say your name?
Patrick.
Patrick, because your thing says TUS one or something.
Yeah, it's just TUS, but it's Patrick.
Yeah. Patrick.
Yeah.
Your answer is always the best answer. And doesn't mean, if I give you my answer, there's a danger you might think that I'm right. And I would like to compare my answer with Patrick's answer. And if his answer is better than mine, I'm going to learn and pay Patrick. That's what you need to do. So the more you give your answer, Patrick, is the more money you make, because you're a messenger, not a student. And plus, you should put out a definition called Patrick's version so that people have more options.
I gotta look up, I gotta look up the word, what's Patrick really means.
Yes, but what if you just define it and say, for Patrick, it means this, and now we have two definitions. So you get to define the world. You don't just get to look up what's already there. Somebody made it up. Why can't we have Patrick be the teacher? So that's my message to you, Patrick, is that.
So one final word I want to say, do you think if somebody asks me a question about a word, right? Do you think that I should just give them the wrong answers and then
you should give them Patrick's point of view.
Okay.
And then ask them for their point of view. And now we have 2 points of view. Who's to say yours isn't gonna enlighten them? They'll just say, wow, Patrick, that's interesting. I've never heard that before. Is that how it is in your country or your world? Your point of view, Patrick, is worth money. Yes, your point of view is worth money, therefore you put it out. Now, what I do is I put out the wrong answer first, and I call it iPhone 1. And then I'm like, dude, you know how many iPhones there are? 12. This is number 12. And why is there 12? Because 11 was wrong. Why is 11? Because 10 was wrong. Why is 10? Because 9 was wrong. Why is 9? Because 8 was wrong, and so on. And this is Apple, the richest company in the world, gets it wrong every time. Patrick, get it wrong, man, and just build.
Wait, you're the first person ever to tell me that, to get things wrong. No one's ever told me to get things wrong, because my father used to tell me this all the time,
Patrick,
if there's something you gotta say you don't know.
Patrick, let me give you
I get what you're saying,
Get it wrong first.
Okay. And then, that makes sense.
Then upgrade, okay? Welcome. I hope to see you on Thursday.
Yeah.
Because we're going to work on you. We're going to work on you because you have too much talent, man, to be asking questions. You need to be teaching and getting paid. That's what I'm talking about.
I teach already sometimes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, that's my contribution.
This particular distinction is so important. And so now, having also had a similar experience as you, Patrick, I'm like over here going, I know the answer. I know the answer. I know the answer. So my little younger self, the self that knew all the answers before I might have even really known the answers. I've always known the answers. And because of schooling and teachers telling me, you talk too much, why don't you be quiet? You're just too much sometimes. I stopped also not always raising my hand to say I had the answers. And the truth of the matter is we come here with answers, and then we turn into this other thing where we're asking for the answers all the time.
And it's called a student.
The student
creates debt, Patrick. Don't be a student, be a teacher.
Be a teacher. I love it. Well, we're coming up on our 5 o'clock bewitching hour. I have loved intense moments like this because these are when breakthroughs happen. Breakthroughs happen when you are working with someone like Nigel, who's seeing these very kind of viruses at work, as he terms it, viruses at work. So live into the possibility of and my intention is that everyone experience what I experienced last week. So stay tuned. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you all for participating. If you are watching and you want to be a part of our Zoom meetings going forward, go to weempoweryourlife.com, click on the calendar tab and join us. We'd love to have you here. Bye for now, everybody. Take care.
Bye.